A major problem with the internet in general is it's too easy to impulsively attack people. In person, if someone says something you disagree with, there are serious social backlashes if you attack them. I've seen this occur from people on every topic: atheism, theism, Islam, Christianity, men's rights, and the social justice movement. It's even worse when you're online on your phone. You say something you think is really supportive of your movement or group, and then out of left field you get blasted from a fellow ally for using the wrong phrasing, or maybe you messed up what you said, and the person, instead of knowing you by your track record that this seems out of character, and you may have made a mistake, they instead attack you immediately, like you stepped into a trap and are now suddenly Hitler. This mindset of Hulk rage, this hair-trigger internet temper, has destroyed more internet friendships than could be counted. Comment sections have nearly no civility these days. I hypothesize, with little real evidence, that the reason for this is a mix of a new generation raised with the internet, and more people of lesser financial means and education online, which is actually a wonderful thing, as they get access now to the internet that we take for granted. But there are side effects, and our own privileged little bubbles here are invaded. For many years, the internet was something of an elite club. Computers were expensive. 10 years ago, I bet you, the average age of the internet was a lot older, and had a higher level of education and income. We had our fights and arguments and disagreement, but the civility was much higher, and there were certain rules of etiquette people followed. Much more like telephone or email response, as opposed to the spontaneity of a text. Cell phones getting cheap allowed the internet population to rise dramatically, which is wonderful. There is more of an audience, but it's also more like a playground or street brawl than a heated academic debate. The other half of this problem can be summed up by a study in the bottom bar showing how much social media puts us naturally in a bubble of things and people that agree with us, and selects against things we disagree with. On the internet, because there are so many people there, you can be surrounded by thousands of people who agree with you, and you begin to believe that you are in the majority, and people who disagree are evil. Once this mindset is established, flame wars spread like napalm, ready to go off at a moment's notice. If you're truly interested in finding the truth and spreading your ideas, you must never, ever attack someone unless all else fails. Attacking ensures an immediate counterattack or defense. No one likes being attacked. When one feels safe, their mind is more rational and much more open to deal in hypotheticals. When stress dampens IQ, hypotheticals are very difficult. When they feel safe, they open up more, and you can better understand their position or argument. You can get into the nitty-gritty, and really get to understand the flaws in their logic, or maybe see that they actually have a better idea than you do, and are justified for it. Building an understanding is so much more constructive than exploding and destroying paths of communication. When you see someone on the internet that makes you angry, stop. Just stop. Think about an unpopular idea you may have that might make someone angry or offended, and imagine how you respond when some asshole online attacks you for it. You either attack back or ignore them as just some asshole. If you try and police someone's thoughts or language, they just tend to get angry and stop talking to you. They have to understand why the thoughts or language is wrong and why it's essential they change it. If you see someone say something that is wrong, do not attack them for it. First, clarify with them that what they said is what you think they said, as they may have meant something different. Typos and autocorrects are rampant thanks to cell phones. Also, some people might not word things correctly, and may mean something completely different. If they did mean it, utilize the Socratic method and begin to ask why they said what they did, and find out a person's view on the issues. If they use a phrase that you think is incorrect, find out what they mean by that definition. What matters most is finding out what they actually believe, and make no assumptions about what a certain word or phrase with baggage means. This allows you to get a full profile of their knowledge, opinions, and thought processes, and allows you to spot flaws in their logic. Or you can find a new method of thinking you hadn't thought of before. If you want to see examples of this method in action, the atheist experience is an excellent source of examples, though when they've heard the same bad arguments repeated 1,000 times, they will get frustrated and be less polite and patient. Everyone reacts emotionally to things that offends them. Even the most well-trained skeptic has a bad, stressful day and reacts on impulse to tear someone apart for saying something they perceive as wrong. But just like with any bias or unconscious reaction, if you're aware of it, you can figure out tricks to stop yourself from Hulk rage attacks at soon-to-be ex-internet friends the second they say something you disagree with. Instead, you can both learn something, and both of you can get a step closer to the truth. So in the last video on skepticism, only one of the 5 people I tagged ended up making a video, possibly because the topic was not their particular area, or I couldn't get in contact with them because sometimes PMs are weird in how they notify you, or they didn't make videos anymore, so I'll tag 2 other people and keep tagging people until a full 3 are made. Captain Andy did a great video discussing humility and skepticism, and he tagged Conference Report, who also no longer makes videos, but has some amazing work, and one especially that syncs so well with this topic, discussing war versus collaboration as a tactic for discussion. Both videos are in a playlist I'm compiling on bias and skepticism. For my extra 2 tags, I'm tagging Noel Plum and Varmint Coyote. I will get 3 tag responses, even if I have to hunt down every YouTuber on the internets. Thanks. Hey there, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw from my channel, please subscribe and donate to my Patreon. If you have evidence to counter what I say, please provide it. If you would like to see what I was doing with this channel 4 years ago, please click the links on the screen. Thank you so much.